Hey, what's going on, Fantasy Nation? This is Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Now look, you've all been asking, and we have answered the call. For 2023, we are doing fantasy for the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, and I promise you, there is no better way to bring even more excitement to the outdoor season than when you play fantasy. And for this year, we're gonna give away a GasGas EX300 for our first place grand prize, plus amazing other grand prizes in the top 10. And we're also doing other weekly prizes. We do 100 weekly prizes each and every round. So no matter when you sign up, you always have a chance to win a prize. And to get signed up, it's very easy. Just click on the link, go to rmfantasymx.com and create your free account today. Now, how do you play RM Fantasy MX? It is very simple. If you've played RM Fantasy SX before and you played in the last 2023 season, you just need to know that the rules, the gameplay, it's all the exact same. It isn't changing except for doing outdoors. But if you've never played before, here's the best part. It is so easy to play, and like I just mentioned, it's free to sign up. And all you do is just log in each week before each round starts, and you pick who you think is gonna be in the top 5, plus there's a wild card spot. And the wild card is important because that changes every round. It can be anywhere from 7th all the way to last place. So you always need to make sure that you check to see what position the wild card is going to be for that specific round. Now, we make it very easy because you can go to the RM Fantasy MX website, and there you can see links, and we have live timing, we have practice results, we have live timing feed throughout the races, and some other cool information there to help you out. So now let's talk about the point system. So how do you get your points? Well, like I already mentioned, you make your top 5 picks and the wild card, and the way the points are given out is really simple. But you also need to remember that points are awarded for an overall score to the rider and not for each individual moto. Now, there's gonna be weeks where you make your picks. I've done this a million times, and you have riders that you pick that are in the top 5, just not in the position that you picked them in. Well, don't worry, you still get points for those riders. If you have a rider that you pick that finishes just 1 spot away from where you picked them, so let's say you pick Jet Lawrence to win and he gets 2nd, you get 10 points for that pick. If you have a rider that you picked in the top 5, but he's more than 2 positions away, so let's say you pick Jet Lawrence to win, but he gets 3rd, you get 5 points for that pick. But remember though, the wild card, that one you do have to get exactly correct. Now, your points are gonna be available to see immediately following the round, and picks will open up the very next day. So you always wanna make sure that if you're going for one of those weekly prizes, you get your picks in early. And here's why. Timestamps are very important, because in the event of a tie for one of the weekly prizes, the tiebreaker goes to the player with the earliest timestamp. Now, yes, you can change your picks as many times as you want to throughout the week. You can make your picks on Sunday. You can change them Saturday morning after you watch qualifying. Just remember though, that when you do change your picks, you also update your timestamp. Now, what's nice though is that while you're making your picks on the fantasy website, we make it very easy to see the top riders, because on the drop-down menu, you can have the top riders at the top, so that way it just makes it a little bit easier to find those riders and pick them for your top 5. Now, a couple other things that you do want to keep in mind is that your lowest score will be dropped at the end of the year, and there will be at least 1 double points round throughout the year as well. With just a click of a button, you can add the entire Lucas Oil Pro Motocross schedule to the calendar of your liking, and that way you always get reminders, notifications, and you don't forget to submit your picks. Now, if you want to know the best way to get the most out of fantasy, it's with the group play functionality, and trust me, this is the best part about it. Once you've created your free account, well, what you can do is scroll down and you can see the list of available groups, and you can join up to 5 groups at a time. Or if you want, you can create your own group, and you can have that group be password protected, so only the people that you want to join can, if they have the password that you create, or you can have your group completely open to the public for anybody to join. But what's nice though, is that at any point during the year, if there's a group that you created that's open to the public, if you want to close that group so that nobody else can enter at that point, well, you're welcome to do that as well. And as long as there are at least 5 members in a group that you're in, you can see how your group's average score compares to all the other groups that are playing fantasy. We also have the message board functionality, so if you want to do a little bit of smack talk, if you want to see how your group's doing compared to another, you want to talk about strategy and all picks and all the other great things that go along with it, you're able to do that as well. All right, so last couple things I want to bring up. When you're on the Rocky Mountain RM Fantasy MX website, you will see the overall leaderboard. That will show you who is at the top so far in the season. The weekly leaderboard will show you who won a weekly prize the round previous, so Hopefully you're on that list. You can also at any time if you want, you can see the grand and weekly prizes for that round, as well as the game's rules and the schedule. Now, last thing we gotta talk about is the MXperts. If you wanna maximize your points and you want help making your picks, and you want all the good insight and all the good information and details on riders, on tracks, and all the above, you need to subscribe to the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel, and you need to join us live every Thursday for the RM Fantasy MXperts show. Myself and my co-host, we will be right here in this very room talking to you live, interacting with all the fans, and we talk about the riders, we talk about the tracks, we talk about stats from previous years. We give you all the best information possible to help you make your picks and to help you maximize your points, and I promise you, it is an absolute blast. So get subscribed, hit that notification bell, and join us live right here. And that does it. That is how you play. That's how points are awarded. But remember, if you have any questions about fantasy, make sure leave those questions down below. We'll help get those answered. But if you want to make the most and get the most out of watching the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship this summer, you have got to play RM Fantasy MX. So go click the link or head to rmfantasymx.com, create your account, get signed up, make your picks, and let's go have some fun.